completely not how anyone thinks it is. Obviously, all the pictures and that people see of us all, you know, in the sun and we're experiencing all these great things, they are true and you do get to do all that. But like, it can be really hard. I actually hate flying. So for me, I used to really get myself worked up for the flight, have a really stressful flight over to wherever I was going, and then have to train sometimes even that day and then play a match a couple of days later. And so for me, whenever I got back from a trip, it would be like a bit of relief. And it's great going to hotels and you don't have to cook, you have to wash up, but after a while you kind of crave that. You crave your own bed and you crave home cooked food. And so it's just a bit of like a double-edged sword, really. When I was a bit younger, it was, like I said, me, another player, and then we always had a coach. And then when I got not dropped from the LTA, but when I got a little bit older and the support wasn't as much, I found that actually quite tricky because for so long I'd had everything done to me, you know, to the point of I wouldn't ever have to book flights, the hotels would be booked and sorted, I wouldn't pay for any of it. So then when I was about a year or two before my injury, for playing a couple of years on the tour then, that was brutal. I found that hard because then I suddenly had to do everything, which then adds more stress. It takes a lot of the focus away from what you're actually, you know, doing on court and stuff. And I was pretty much by myself at that point, and I didn't like that either. And then playing doubles, I was lucky enough that, you know, when I came back at 21, I got on really well with my doubles partner, and she was British, so we always had each other, which was unusual for a lot of people on the tour. So before, like I said, we got everything paid for, like me and this one other girl in my age group, who was meant to be like the next best thing or whatever. Then it came down to funding that went towards my place of training, and then some of that would be used for flights, but then, you know, living costs and all that kind of stuff, and your food when you were there and all that kind of thing. Like, you have to just kind of win on prize money. I'd never accepted any money from my parents since I was 16, so all of that was paid for by me. And then when I came back after my injury, I had worked a little bit and saved up money, and the LTA actually did like a bonus scheme back then. So if you made final of a 50k or whatever, you'd get 500 quid, and that all added up, which was really good. Two things is that, like, I do think, you know, injuries aside, I could have been a good singles player, and I never got the chance to even really attempt that. Even when I was playing singles, you know, I never did a full schedule because I was always injured and stuff. So that one kind of can play on my mind sometimes. And then stopping last year because of my feet and stuff, I could have carried on. Like, I could have carried on for another few years for sure. It's just, in the end, it's just not, I didn't have the desire to like wake up and play in pain anymore and leave my friends and family anymore. So that was my choice to do that.